Today is a good day.
Whoa.
Man, I remember like it was yesterday, February 29th. There was a big announcement. Collectors, the company Collectors, had purchased SGC. Huge hobby news. Maybe some of the largest news of the entire year so far in the sports card hobby. And man, I got all sorts of messages. SGC being a channel partner, long time channel partner, SGC. People throwing grenades at me. I was in the trenches taking grenades. And what did I say from the very start? I don't want to name names, but one of those channels rhymes with Sneos, Glards, and Flomix. But I had a different take. We're going to clap back. Stick around. Going on, hobby family? It is a double header today. We've got grading news. April's monthly grading news has popped out and we got to talk about it. It's going to be a fun time. Thanks to today's video sponsor, SlabMags. Look at the colors. Look at the unbelievable colors. You can even put your mag inside of a SlabMag. Make sure those autos don't fade, the surface doesn't get mucked up. Use code SportsCardDad at SlabMags.com for 10% off your order and protect those really nice cards that you have in your collection. All right, going back to the end of February, my initial reaction was, why would Collectors, who also owns PSA, why would they buy to kill SGC? That would be like Louis Vuitton killing Gucci. Or just, hey, let's just put the Louis Vuitton logo on all the Gucci bags and the belts and the shoes and all that stuff. It doesn't make any sense. But why were people fighting? Why were people fighting this? It's because there's a lot of people that just don't understand that there are a lot of collectors that just prefer SGC, just like there's some that prefer CGC or whatever, Beckett, whoever. But SGC has a big following. And don't take my word for it. You can just look right at what Nat Turner said right there that day of the announcement. He said, we recognize that every collector has their own, ready for this, preferred authentication and grading provider. They wanted to add expertise to their portfolio of companies, and so they added SGC. Nobody listened to that. Again, Fleos, Nards, and Slomix didn't listen to that. I don't want to name names. They knew better. They knew better. And here we are. And so let's take a look at some of these numbers, shall we? Because SGC is dead, right? All right, here we go. April 2024, total cards graded 1.21 million. PSA staying strong. It's slightly less than it was last month, but this is very consistent these days. Every month is at least 1.1, 1.2, they had 1.3 million last month. They're down 10% from the month last month. They're minus 1% for the year, so pretty flat, but hell, there's been a massive rise in the amount of cards they've been grading going back years. So this is a pretty huge number to maintain. CGC total 181,000 cards. That's minus 2% month over month, plus 107% year over year. We'll talk a little bit more about CGC card grading. SGC, 164,000 cards in total. That's plus 11% month over month and plus 73% year over year. Beckett, 63,000 cards. That's down 5% month over month, but even Beckett plus 13% year over year. Now this is where it gets fun. PSA, 743,000. That's month over month minus 10%, but year over year plus 11%. So that's good news. SGC, 138,000 sports cards. That's a plus 6%, and that's setting another record for them. Plus 6% month over month, plus 62% year over year. Just an absolute blitz for SGC in the month of April. Beckett, 33,000 cards. That's minus 6% month over month, but plus 7% year over year. Beckett just kind of like hanging around, 50 to 60,000 cards per month. CGC on the ropes grading sports cards, 18,000 cards in April. That's a minus 40% month over month and minus 37% year over year. CGC grading a lot of cards. It's just a lot of TCG type stuff. It's not sports cards. On the TCG side, PSA, 468,000, minus 9% month over month, minus 16% year over year, so their TCG slightly down here. CGC remains strong on the TCG side, and that's really where they've carved out their business. 162,000 plus 5% month over month, plus 183% year over year. So CGC pivoted and really has taken a nice chunk of the TCG market. PSA and CGC really battling 1 and 2 for that TCG card business. Beckett at 30,000 cards, that's minus 3% month over month, but plus 25% year over year. SGC, 25,000 cards, catching up with Beckett. And this is plus 47% for SGC month over month, plus 175% year over year for SGC, gaining some ground on the TCG space. I know they still have a ways to go, but if you're looking back year over year, which I know those guys are in the office, you have to like 175+% of an increase over the last year on the TCG side. And I know some will say, just give it more time, give it more time. You know, people are gonna stop using SGC, just give it more time. We're now a little over 2 months from the announcement. I think that if people were gonna just, I'm done with SGC, never using them again, I think that probably would have happened. I mean, SGC still holds all 3 of the major sales. 3 highest sports card sales ever have all been SGC slabs. And again, don't take my word for it. Nat Turner, the guy that runs collectors, has a healthy respect for SGC. That's a big reason why they acquired them. I don't expect them to turn that into PSA South, Boca Raton PSA, like a lot of people. Just buy it to kill it. They're just going to buy it to kill it. Well, and so far it looks pretty smart that they left that brand alone to run independently. And I think it would be smart a year, 2 years, 3 years down the road if they continue to do so that all collectors have different grading options in the space. Guys, what do you think about this grading news? Are you a little bit surprised? Have you been grading cards yourself? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Stay healthy, stay awesome, and I will talk to you again later.